Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there's having a good day, y'all. We got a good hour banger. Some of the creepiest TikToks you're gonna find on YouTube today, y'all. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, share the video, and watch from start to finish. Because as you guys know, that's what helps the channel the most. But with that being said, let's do what we came here for. Let's get into it.
During Michael Jackson's funeral, they were interviewing Joe Jackson.
Do you know anything, Mr. Jackson, about funeral arrangements? Have you had time?
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that yet.
His dad, Michael Jackson's father, and he was talking about how sad it was that Michael Jackson died and all that shit.
What about Janet and the rest of the family, the daughters and everything?
They're all doing fine. But I want to make this statement.
And in the middle of the interview, Joe Jackson's homeboy pulled up.
This is Marshall here.
And he realized that he just started a new record label. And he said, he turned his homeboy into the news and said, hey, tell him about the record label. Like, bro.
Marshall and we owned a record company called Ranch Records.
You're at your son's funeral. You're at the king of... Fuck your son. Fuck it being your son. You're at Michael Jackson's funeral. And everybody's asking you, how do you feel? What's going on? And you say, hey, tell them about the record label. What, bitch?
I am apparently the creator of a new conspiracy theory. I went to a museum and saw a Cat in the Hat there and just took a silly little video because he's trending, you know? 10 million views later and people think that it is a human being trapped in a box. And I'm not kidding. Like, there's a new conspiracy theory that that's like a trapped soul, like in the House of Wax. I think it's literally just the original Cat in the Hat costume on a mannequin, y'all. I think you're thinking too into it. It's a car museum for cars. Cars. Here's my best friend with him. And it didn't call out to her like, help, I need help. It was just there. It's an inanimate object, y'all.
The computer's not going to see that, and the truck's going to go right through them.
What do you think trucking will look like in 10 years?
They've been testing out all these, driverless trucks and stuff like that. I really don't see that going anywhere because there's too many variables out there. A computer can't calculate for what car in front of you is going to do. All of a sudden, somebody stops short. The computer's not going to see that, and the truck's going to go right through them.
Wait, flat cameras on whose islands? This stuff? This is an interactive flat camera map, and someone tell me, why is there so many flat cameras on E's Island? And how long have these things been operational, because we don't have a date of when this was installed on his island? And why is it that in his place in New York there was 500 pictures of little ones that were unidentified? However, there's only about a dozen that have been talked about in the files. Why is it that in those files they talk about everything that's before 2009 and the island wasn't even made until after 2009? So here you have August 13th, 2009, and look at the island. No temple, not a lot of stuff on here. And here we are at February of 2013, and guess what? You have the temple, you have the sundial, you have the buildings more constructed, and you have this altar. And why does no one talk about the governor at that time of the Virgin Islands? Did you know that the wife of John was employed by E-Man? Did you know that E-Man paid for the private tuition for John? And yes, this means I'm back. Go get yourself a box of Deadpool flakes. Toodle.
Dog. This is what they mean by Flint is so fucked up, bro. Look at all of these fucking water bottles from the Flint water crisis. Shout out Leno, because whoever that is fucking true.
This shit could have been, handed out for free when, the water crisis was around.
Exactly, bro.
Just sitting here.
All of this could have been given to people instead of just letting it sit. Like, what the actual fuck? On top of that, all the plastic waste this is too.
How greedy people
Yesterday,
are,
I'm at the
y'all.
beach with my 6-month-old and my partner, and all of a sudden my phone pings me from my Anti-Zuck app saying, hey, there's a pair of meta glasses around you. To which I say to the guy wearing the pair of meta glasses, hey, can you not have those on while we're at the beach? And then I get 3 more pings from 3 other devices within a 30-foot radius. Mind, I had barely budged other than to go to the restroom while I'm on the beach, but it turns out that there are probably 20 or 50 or hundreds of people at the beach wearing meta glasses. I just gotta ask you creeps, why are you bringing them to the beach? What are you using them for? We already know that Facebook is always recording. That information is clearly always being sent to whatever server they have. So I just gotta ask again, when is our government gonna take this seriously and stop letting creeps on the beach.
Yeah. That's what restaurants look like on the roof. All that grease, all that. And this is a very popular restaurant here in Phoenix. I'm not gonna say which one, but it's nasty.
They may have just pulled off one of the biggest tricks of the last decade, and we're the ones who fell for it. Taylor Farms, the lettuce supplier government officials linked to the diarrhea parasite, is only the tip of the iceberg. Their workers in Arizona were exposed to receive net pay of as little as $150 per hour. They are one of many companies in the state using prison labor. Prison labor as an industry generates over $10 billion per year and allows companies to pay below the federal minimum wage. And regardless of how you feel about that, it's a small blip in a larger pattern of labor issues with Taylor Farms. In 2014, The Guardian reported undocumented workers earning less in some parts of the country. In 2016, a labor fact sheet documented wage theft, safety violations, and retaliation against union organizing. In 2020, a California court approved a settlement over unpaid equipment, missed breaks, and late paycheck. There's even a new lawsuit this year that alleges they failed to pay minimum and overtime wages and denied required breaks. And starting to get the bigger picture of this company just shows why you need to boycott the industrial food system. The food itself is enough of a reason, but the reasons go far deeper than just what you're eating. Now more than ever, we all need to be supporting the farmers near us, and you can do that by connecting with them on the Localize app.
I'll never do that. I don't want to be no streamer, nigga. Keep your money. That's slavery. That's modern day slavery. They keep the eye on the nigga for 24/7.
Yeah, nigga, wake up to the camera.
Yeah, I ain't with that shit. No, the camera everywhere. They listen, they doing it for the money. He on live so much. When do we got time to spend the money? When?
Yeah. Nah, he lost his girl. He lost his girl, man.
He lost his girl because
he had to take a break. He took a year off.
Man, they ain't take no year off, gang. They let him. They told him to sit down. I don't think you understand. They needed him to sit down for A, B, and Dean to come out. Now they need him to come out for A, B, and D and Dean to sit down. That's how it works. This shit work like that. I don't think you know how this shit work.
Yeah, I know how it work. They only one person could be that streaming nigga at that time.
Yeah,
and
listen.
Listen. Just went on that 30-day run.
When Casanat started his stream on the 6th, every streamer went over to his stream. A, B, and D had no streamers over there on the 6th.
They're really taking the masculinity out of men. I look at commercials. I look at everything that comes on TV, movies, TV shows, and it's always including some form of having a black man not as strong as he could be. You understand what I'm saying? Like, as a man, as strong as he could be, showing different sides and different elements of the black man, which is cool. But when you push this as the front and forgetting that this is always the lead, because without this, we can't reproduce. Can't continue to bring tribes of generations into this world when this ain't in the front. This is in the front. I got 10 grand back because this is the man. My boys, me, and my daughter just brought home a beautiful baby girl. Okay. You understand me? So that's but reproduction, like to be able to say that it started from the man being up front with the woman having babies that had babies that are going to continue to have babies.
Yeah.
Because the man is up front.
I feel like men are taught to act like just be savage, in and out, sleep with the girl, smash the girl, and that's really that on that.
We get projections off of what people think you're supposed to be. Like if you ask me now.
Yeah, he fled to fucking Argentina.
Argentina, which we're talking about. Remember, we were talking about transnational elites. Argentina is another place that, if you're looking at the lens through Israel, you know what? Let's fucking leave that in the past because we've talked about them ad nauseum. But I just
Diva Mir over here like this right now. Yeah. Oh my god, it is interesting though. There's some money flowing there.
They have their hooks in a lot of places.
Yeah, just a few for sure. Yeah, Sergeant Deef is on it.
I also recently read Henry Ford, and I won't say the title of the book, but I had to balance that out with BB, so now you guys understand my trajectory, okay? Oh yeah, I did see this graph.
What is this, Steve? What am I looking at?
Countries within... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, countries within the range of Iran's missiles.
Israel's missions or Israel's?
Of Israel's. Oh no.
Australia's starting to look.
Argentina's dangerously not in that range. Mexico's looking pretty good too. Mexico's looking clean as fuck.
New Zealand looks like a solid place to move
New
to.
Zealand looks like a really solid place to be. Yeah. Yeah, you just did a video on some billionaire bunkers, right? Who'd you talk to?
These landlords.
Didn't they say too, like back in 1941, that big war that happened, and the German people, didn't a lot of them go to Argentina? Even the hit guy, they say he didn't really do what he did in that cave or wherever he did it. He took off to Argentina, and there's tons of towns in Argentina, communities that are just German, right? Maybe they left the retaliation. They knew it was coming. I don't know. But a lot of people are going over there and building bunkers in Argentina.
Are trying to charge $200 extra if you work from home.
Woo! What? You bullshit. Nah, because the California gave out a thing where now niggas could have businesses that come out of their home, which is like food. People can sell food. They started like regulating that. So they like, oh, you want to sell food out of your house, nigga? $200 extra. That'll be your rent.
That's ridiculous. I want to tell everybody out here something.
I'll tell you what they are erasing from history: werewolves. This 1750 edition of A History of Physic, which is a history of medicine, includes a chapter on werewolves. Werewolves were actually a pretty common topic in medical books all the way up into the 18th century, and then they just vanished. They are deleting the werewolves.
So it turns out Spectrum wasn't just giving us slow Wi-Fi, they were actually speeding towards a lawsuit. Come to find out that Spectrum wasn't only giving us slow Wi-Fi, but they were also speeding towards a lawsuit. Turns out Spectrum wasn't just giving us slow Wi-Fi, they were actually speeding towards a lawsuit. So Spectrum is
So it turns out that Spectrum wasn't just giving us slow Wi-Fi, they were actually speeding towards a lawsuit. So Spectrum is currently...
It turns out Spectrum wasn't just giving us slow Wi-Fi, they were speeding towards a lawsuit.
Spectrum wasn't just giving us slow Wi-Fi, they were actually speeding towards a lawsuit.
So Spectrum is getting sued, and honestly, this one's got me saying that it
Turns out Spectrum wasn't just giving us slow Wi-Fi, they were actually speeding towards a lawsuit. So Spectrum is facing...
One car is coming your way over here. Okay, he's going for it. Okay, he's going in. The deflocking process has begun. He's deflocking the cameras. It's been deflocked. He's going in for the cable. Crack, snackle, pop. Lights off. Another one down. Cable clipped, duct tape on the camera. It's attempting to do its IR blink.
That.
The inner Earth is the land past Antarctica,
Right.
that they call Agartha.
Mm-hmm.
I have a video of a lady who says she walked into her post at her military base. She seen the tech working on the screen. It had all our continents, and then it had Agartha.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "What? Wow!" He said, "Oh my God!" They told her she had to sign an NDA for 10 years, so it just expired. So she want to tell her story. I'm not getting out in front of that.
That's why you hesitated?
I'm not getting out in front of that.
That's why you hesitated?
I gave you alley-oop, sweetheart.
I knew you hesitated for a reason. I knew it.
Because, bro, I got enough enemies, I got no problems, but I did take an oath, you feel me? I'm going to continue to raise the atmospheric pressure and the thoughts of my people, and we got to question everything, because I got photos of the poles where it's a giant hole in one of them.
If you're in America, only a criminal would turn their name into an LLC and be able to write off every single bill that they have in their name at the end of the year. Only a criminal would turn their name into an LLC and be able to receive huge credit lines from their banks just by paying their everyday bills that are in their name. Is that the loophole? Because only a criminal, right, would use the information that the elites use every single day to pay almost zero taxes and have all these write-offs at the end of the year. So do not turn your name into an LLC. Peace and love, and I'm out.
See, these are the loopholes, y'all, that they don't tell us. That these people that go pay $10,000 to see Patrick David talk and go pay for all these seminars, they don't tell us the real deal stuff. These are the loopholes they do, y'all. Right? Like I said, I found a tax guy. I was driving a 2007 Toyota 4Runner. He told me, "Why are you driving that? Go get a new car." But I see people on here, tax people, say you can't do that, y'all. He said, "Is it your business? You got a business? It doesn't matter if you use your vehicle for work. Do you have a business?" I was like, "Yeah." "Who's the business name under?" Like mine. "All right, go get your car. It's a write-off. So I'll pay that money to the truck instead of paying it to the government." There's loopholes, y'all. Right? There's loopholes. And I never heard about that. That's something to look into. Can I just go get an LLC and put it under my name even though I got a W-2 job? That video had millions of views, y'all. Tons of comments that agreed with him. So he has something to it. Because usually people are in the comment, "Man, you're full of crap. You're going to get arrested. You're going to get..." Nobody, y'all. Go look at that video. Look at his name was Killionaire or something. Go check him out.
What I realized is
he
that
does a lot of
there's
those.
absolutely no difference between being out in the bush by yourself or being here in society. Because one way or another, as a consciousness, as a mind, I'm still absolutely isolated. I'm still the only one in my mind. And when interacting with other people, one of the easiest things to get sucked into is the belief that they're other people. And they're not. They're all reflections of the self, not the ego self, but the self, the consciousness, the awareness of what is. And so on one level or another, this is all happening within my mind. This is all happening within my consciousness. Again, the belief in the physical world outside the mind is just a perception. So now it's getting to the point where I wander around, I talk to people, and I experience things, and I know that it's all happening within the mind, so it's becoming much more symbolic and much more meaningful, and I'm still remaining in isolation as a consciousness because I'm the only consciousness I truly know.
Just a quick reminder for anybody that's looking for a job, if you're over 30, nobody can prove that you were never a general manager at a Radio Shack, a Circuit City,
See, there's loopholes.
Toys R Us. Just look up anything that's closed down since pre-COVID. They can't fact check that.
Loopholes.
You have managerial experience, you just haven't looked it up yet.
This is going to be an unpopular opinion.
Take advantage,
But
y'all.
I'm going to call for more flock cameras. That's
I say take advantage, right? Because they screw us, y'all. That's how I see it. They screw us so much. You can say you're lying, you're cheating. Y'all, they screw us so much, y'all. Taxpayer dollars, you're going to waste taxpayer dollars. Y'all, that taxpaying dollar you're going to spend, if they don't do that no more, guess what? They're going to still take that same taxpayer dollars. I can't stand people that say that, right? You're scamming the taxpayer. Well, if you don't scam it over there, they're going to scam it over here. It don't matter. They can get rid of Medicare. They can get rid of food stamps. They can get rid of Social Security, disability. Your taxes are still going to be the same. In fact, they're probably going to raise them. They're just going to fund it somewhere else into somebody else's pockets. Take advantage of the system, y'all, because boy, do they take advantage of you big time.
right. I want more.
Tax them.
I want them in the commissioner's offices. I want them in front of commissioners' houses. I want them in front of the sheriff's house. I want them in the sheriff's office. Anytime the sheriff or commissioner leaves their house, a drone should launch from the camera and follow the all around. This drone will stream that data to the public in real time. Don't worry, though. They are just license plate readers. It's just taking pictures. No big deal. I'm totally not lying to you. Chip said he wants as many as he can get. Well, let's start here. Don't forget to spring extra for the digital ID scrapers on them so we can track your unique Bluetooth identification numbers in real time as you move. These things even get the microchip in your dog. It is definitely not a slippery slope of constitutional liberty. The bought-off shill of a judge said so because they are on public land. I always thought public land belongs to the public, but I guess we can just put whatever out there regardless if 70% of the voters don't want it. We should keep going, though. A judge hasn't stopped us yet. Let's also live stream y'all's email boxes to the public 24/7. Every government phone should have a digital clone online that every taxpayer can go and view your text messages, listen to your phone conversations, view your call history, app data, and voicemails on that device. All this data will only be stored for no more than 30 days, though. You have my word on that. I've been totally honest to this point. That'll make it acceptable, though, right? You can get all this for the low price of a few $100,000 a year. We're already about to flush $200 million down the crapper on a basin or boondoggle while talking about making cuts to the animal shelter. So why not spring some extra money, not on government surveillance, but surveillance on the government?
They don't like that. You can get into some of
If you
those.
are not willing to have this level of transparency in your public office as a public servant while you erect surveillance state around the citizenry, you are a hypocrite. And Jesus warned us about these things. I guess I should have specified to whom this opinion would be unpopular to. So how about we just call it a day and get rid of these geolocation and target painting tracking systems that treats everyone like a criminal out of our American community. Thank you. I do have one quick question, guys. I noticed that Willie Nelson over here and Commissioner Barry, you guys had a little private powwow sidebar in the back there. As I understand, that is a sunshine violation. Everything at these meetings must be on the record.
With the attorneys, only between the commission.
Wow. Check this out. I can't believe it. GLP-1 friendly.
And protein. And 22 grams. Look at that. We got GLP-1 friendly. We got 22 grams of protein. We got cauliflower crust. Cauliflower has, what? And a whole head of cauliflower. I'm probably way off. 10 grams of carbs. This pizza right here that's this big, it's probably got like 50 grams of carbs. So it's not cauliflower. Terrible protein. GLP friendly, like they're just capitalizing on us, y'all. They're vital pursuit, right? Like, come on. They're just putting it in our face. Now, how much carbs? Look at that, 38. Let's try to rewind that a little bit.
Lost its mind due to this. I will.
Let's see. One serving, 38 grams of carbs, only 4 fiber, y'all. You know how much cauliflower you need to get 38 grams of carbs? A lot more than that little pizza smashed down like that. So it's not cauliflower at all.
Inflation has lost its mind due to this. I will not be participating in trick-or-treating. What do you mean $29?
It's been like that for a couple of years.
Reese's, 55 Reese's, $29. Why is it out in August?
This message is for Dana White and Lorenzo Fertitta. I need your guys' help. They got me staying over here in the studio right here. If I go anywhere near the house up there, I'll be arrested. Come down this time and help this time, please. These people are crazy, identity thieves.
BJ Penn was arrested yesterday for the third time in 6 days.
He claims imposters have replaced his family members. His mental exam was set for December 29th, but he did not show up.
Fuck you, cunt. You can only do this because you get the government behind you. She's acting like my 79-year-old mother, but she's not my 79-year-old mother. If only a certain amount of people on the media, they don't even have to say who won anyway.
But when you say Nixon-era good weed, how would that exact weed that you're talking about stack up against the shit that they have today?
The what? The shit that they have today?
The weed
doesn't even compare. It'd be like dirt or just like actual.
Yeah, the weed that they have, like marijuana got like considerably more powerful
the actual
over the years.
weeds.
You think?
Yeah, now it's like 100%.
Well, right. So I mean,
well, yeah. I mean, it's all chemistry. You know.
Chemicals.
Right. You can get. I mean, we had the same weed. Weed hasn't changed. You know, the plant's the same as it been in the beginning as it is now. You know, there's no difference. What?
So you're telling me that you smoked real kind bud?
What's that?
You're telling me that you smoked real dank kind bud way back in the 70s?
The best.
Wow.
The best. From Thailand. Thai stick, they call it, or the hash. See, hash. See, that's what the civilized people did back in India and in those places. They would take the best of the best weed, the pollen, and then they would condense it down, and then they call them temple balls. And the reason they call it temple balls is that when they harvested the weed for the hash, they didn't cut the plants down. They waited, let the plants mature on the vine. and then they would go through there, and the pollen would just stick to their leather or their naked bodies. And then they would come back into this room and scrape off the pollen off their bodies.
Wow.
And that's what they would make hash out of. And the most delicate of the best of the best would go to the top of the temple of the room.
Okay, so the rich and elite smoked this stuff back then, but he's talking about us, right? The guy that went and got weed at the sketchy apartment, right? Went and bought a dub, $20. Went and bought a little sack, right? Some Reggie or something, lower than Reggie, just some burnt. That dude, not the rich and elite Tommy Chong.
And that was for the temple. And so they would scrape off the hash and make balls out of that. And those were temple balls. And now when you have that, you have a tiny, tiny little bit. It'll put you away for a week if you're not careful.
Put you away for 6 to 12 months.
No, it's a big fallacy. I think High Times and the Cannabis Cup, they started a lot of these rumors, because they would, hey, oh, my weed's stronger. It's got X percent more THC and all that. But same as the Mexican weed. Only difference with the Mexican weed is that they never cleaned it and they never separated it. So you had seeds and stems and seeds, and then they'd put a sugar or dirt or something to make it heavier so they could sell it, so they make the weight.
That's what I'm talking about.
And so a lot of times you're smoking stems, seeds, weeds, but the actual plant itself has not changed in thousands of, it can't.
Yeah.
It's like you can grow bigger apples,
right?
But the apples that they grew back in the day, even though they were smaller, they were juicier and more nutritious, than the phony ones they got now. So the weed, people like to think, they got we got this dank or this
chronic,
this powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Forget it, man.
Everything.
It like he said in the beginning, it's chemistry. It is stronger, y'all. Back in the day when I used to smoke, y'all, we had to go smoke. We had to go smoke some bowls every 30 minutes. We're playing Halo 3 in the living room. We had to go out every 30 minutes because the high would wear off. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't as good as it is now. I smoked back in like 2020 during the pandemic time was like the last time I smoked. I shouldn't have, right? Could have set me off the edge, but that's the last time I actually like smoked, and I was getting it from the dispensary, and I would be high for hours, y'all, like just zoned out. But it is stronger, y'all. The root, the plant is still the same, but he said in the beginning, it's chemistry, putting chemicals all over it.
I remember they had black people going crazy over Popeyes and the Chick-fil-A sandwich.
The sandwich was crazy, and it wasn't even that
over
fucking
a
good.
Sandwich.
They was killing over it, fighting over it.
The fighting over it, and then black people was acting like love that chicken for Popeyes made it black because it was from Louisiana, and Chick-fil-A is the white chicken. So now you ain't black if you eat the Chick-fil-A, you black if you eat the Popeyes. That's the problem. And that's why I brought up Who Cloned Tyrone, because what did they put in there? Chicken, music, and church.
Wait, but speaking
I need to watch that. I wish we could watch a movie together, y'all.
And I'm just going to speak for the sandwich. They close on Sundays because they good Christians, right? And they white.
They're satanic. That's why they close on Sundays, because that's the worship of the sun god.
Ra.
Yeah.
So sun god.
Yeah.
So you telling me that people that go to church on Sundays
worshiping Ra.
And they don't know.
They don't know.
How is this?
This video is going to sound absolutely insane to people who do not think conspiracy theories or like any videos like that. Or if you simply just don't believe me, you are going to think I'm crazy. I'd like to start off with this video saying the closer you are to the truth, the crazier you sound, and no, I do not plan on doing anything to myself. I also must say that this is just an opinion and just a conspiracy theory, okay? In no way, shape or form am I telling you that this is the truth. This is just my opinion. The government, celebrities, higher-ups, people in power, billionaires are actively playing in our faces, and we allow it to happen. We know so much more of the truth than we realise. It's all over the internet. It's right in front of your faces, and you just refuse to believe it. which is exactly what the government want. They put the truth right in front of you, but because it sounds so insane, you refuse to believe it. But that's exactly what's happening. There is videos of celebrities doing rituals and things like that. Who is Palm Beach Pete, and why does he look the exact same as Epstein? Why is he acting like Epstein? Why is he throwing it out there that he is Epstein? It's a test. It is a test to prove that we are stupid. In their eyes, we are so gullible that they can do whatever
Zoned
they
out
want.
for a second.
Just
I'm
think
back
about it
now,
for a
girl.
second. Think about it. Okay, Palm Beach Pete. If he isn't Epstein, has no relation to Epstein or anything like that at all, doesn't even know who he is, why would you turn around and bait yourself out and make other people think that you are that man when that man is a monster? Why would you wake up and choose to do that? Why? The answer is, any normal person like me, like you, we would not do that. We would not do that. But someone who's been given an offer they can't refuse would do that. Now, if you don't believe that that's the reason of Palm Beach Pete, you can believe the other reason. Let's think about this logically, okay? If me or you were one of those men, like Epstein, an absolute monster, you would have to have a plan. You would tell people before you got caught, because you know what you're doing is so outrageous. If you do get caught, you cannot walk the earth again, okay? You will not be able to. So what can you do? The only thing you can do is tell everyone you have a twin before you get caught. So then when all this shit goes down, you can walk the earth and everyone will just believe that you're someone else. There will be the people out there, like for example the people that call Palm Beach Pete Epstein, but what do they get listed as? Crazy. There's also the question of, okay, if it is Epstein, why don't they just do a DNA test? Why don't they just find out? The people that you want to do that, the people that can help do that, were at the parties with him, okay? You ain't getting the help from those people. Which leads me back to the government are playing in your face, okay? Palm Beach Pete and Epstein is just an example of what I'm trying to tell you. Now, I'm not very smart with my words, okay? I am very smart when it comes to this stuff, but I can't talk in big words or political words. I'm not very good at that. So this video could make absolutely no sense, okay? But I enjoy talking about it. I absolutely love the concept of conspiracy theories and all this kind of stuff, because to me they're not conspiracy theories. The amount of evidence that comes with these things, the amount of like facts and proof that comes with it, they are just genuinely so believable. Especially with the concept of people who disappear when they talk about this kind of stuff. Celebrities that talk about it come back and they're a complete different person for a while and then they go back to normal like they just had a manic episode. It just makes me think, because no matter who you are, no matter what you say, you tell the truth and you are listed as crazy. Even if you are a celebrity, then you come back looking absolutely completely different and then people just say that you had a manic episode and now all of a sudden you're back to the same person who follows what the government ask. I'm not sure if any of this video makes sense. I'm so sorry for not posting as well. My vanity broke, okay? But let me know what conspiracy theories you want me to talk about, because I enjoy it. I absolutely love it so much. And again, I'm so sorry if this doesn't make sense. Anyways, I love you. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Let me give y'all the real truth what them teachers deal with in these students. See the student that sit at this desk right here? Undiagnosed ADHD. The student that sits here, that's Miss America. On point from head to toe, but sitting at his desk criticizing everybody. See the students that sit here? Parents are in jail. These students are dealing with a lot. The student that sits here lives with domestic violence. The teacher dealing with a lot too. The student that sits here is being bullied. Let's talk about the person in front of him. Here has undocumented family member. Yo, you see the student that sit here cares for a sick family member. I said sick. Let's talk about the student that sit here. Teacher shows favoritism because she's scared of him. See this one here? She's scared of this one here. He run the class. Let's talk about this one here. LGBTQ and rejected by his family member sits right there. This one right here lives with his grandparents. Let's talk about this student right here is in foster care. The student right here works to help support the family. You see this student right here? This is the black sheep of the family that sits right here. You see the student that sits right here? Mom is an alcoholic. The student that sits right here, y'all, my point, what I'm trying to say, all these students has a story to tell. And remember this, the teacher have to deal with all these different spirits. Molesting, has the undocumented, they have to deal with all that, y'all. For real, just real talk, that's it. Hey.
And the one, I don't want to say the one kid that, you know, might have a good family at home and, you know, just a healthy household. is the one that's in the back getting bullied, right? Because I look at me, y'all, like I didn't have no worries really. You know, ate meals every day. Mom, dad was outside playing with us. You know, mom was the super nicest. Two sisters, like just grew up good, y'all. And I had it tough in school because of that, and I hated it for a long time. But now when I'm older and mature, you know, I'm thankful for that. Like I'm thankful for my dad. My friends that didn't have dads in the house used to tease me because my dad was out there playing basketball with us or swimming with us or, you know, out walking the dog and, you know, just chit-chatting with everybody. Like their dad wasn't. Their dad would come check the mail, go home, sit on the couch and watch TV for the rest of the night. Y'all, he'd wave at us while my dad's out there playing. You know, I'm thinking now back, like right now, just how would that make me feel as a man if I drive by after work in my military outfit and I see this, you know, this older Mexican dude with gray hair out there shooting basketball with us and your son's out there playing basketball. You know what I mean? Like I would be like, damn, like I'm failing, you know? But that's public school, y'all. That's public school. And in the moment when you're getting bullied, you don't realize, you know, this kid that's bullying, he's getting beat at home, you know, or his mom's an alcoholic, or his dad walked out. Like you don't realize that you realize that you're the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. Like when I get bad comments on here, y'all, I'll get a bad comment and I'll go on their YouTube page and I'll watch a video and this guy's talking how crappy his life is. And then I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I see why you left that comment now. You know what I mean? But and then I'll get an email, you know, I'm sorry about that, or you know, my wife did what such and such, you know, so you know, public school, it's a scary thing, y'all. It's a scary thing.
Check this out. Look at the 1800s. Type in any city you want and do the Great Fire of that city. They burnt this whole country, all the major cities in the 1800s. Type in any city right now. The Great Fire of Los Angeles, the Great Fire of San Diego, the Great Fire of Cleveland, the Great Fire of New York City, the Great Fire of Chicago, the Great Fire of Tallahassee. Pick a city. I guarantee you there was a fire, 1800s, early 1900s. What was that? How does all these cities just miraculously go on fire and burn to the ground?
They've become definitely more violent. When I started, you didn't see this level of violence, especially when I was in Monterrey. I mean, it was off the charts, you know. But when I started in the 80s, you didn't see that because they were all business. They were all focused on business. And if somebody got out of line or stole something, well, yeah, they're going to deal with them. But they didn't mess with your family or your kids, or they didn't mess with civilians that were just businessmen or things like that. And now it's gotten to that point where, you know, people open up a business down there in Mexico, and a couple of weeks after opening, they're getting the door knocked on, wanting a piece of the pie. You know, so it's really hard, man. And these guys have made it hard for people to run businesses over there. So.
What do you think provoked that?
Money.
Yeah.
Money. They just want to generate money.
Power.
Anything
greed.
that can generate money, they're gonna exploit it. I mean, it got to the level. When I was in Monterrey, there was a vendor on the streets selling those wrestling masks, the lucha libre masks. You know, and every time we had people come in to visit from Washington or Dallas or Houston or whatever, we'd take them. Hey, man, you want to buy your kid a mask? We take him to this guy, and you know, they'd buy a couple of masks, and he was happy, you know. And then one day he says, "Man, boss, it's getting harder for me to work out here. The Zetas already came, and they want, you know, 30% of what I make every day." He says, "Man, you know, I gotta feed my family, man. I can't make a living like that." And a couple of weeks later, we didn't see him anymore. So we don't know what happened, if they killed him or he just moved or what happened.
That's crazy. He
was gone. So, and that's a small example. And there's other businesses that they go on a higher scale. You know, the more money you make, the more they want. You know, so it's just really hard to conduct business over there. And that's the difference between the 80s and now.
What if? And then you see like all these wannabes that I can speak of that I've met personally. I dated one of them, like just saying like, nah, she's not from Mexico, but her mom and them, they all lived out there. Anyways, a long time ago, past. But you know, she would say how nah, like they actually love the cartel people. They buy them Christmas gifts and get them groceries, and you know, those are the people that aren't in the trenches every day, or you know, just people say that. You hear people come on podcasts and say they actually they fear the police more than they fear, but you know, they they're scared of them, y'all. They hang people from bridges. Like if you're selling, those luchador whatever masks out there, if you don't give us 30%, we're gonna kill you. What do you think that does to the next vendor? I gotta pay him 30% now, or I'm done. You know what I mean? They don't. Okay, yeah, you come give me gifts on Christmas, thank you. But if I don't pay my 30%, am I gonna get those gifts? Am I gonna get to wake up in the morning? Nah, you're not, y'all. But it's power and it's greed, y'all. Like they showed you in Narcos Mexico, that Felix guy, he had it all, y'all, and they were telling him like, we're good here. No, he wanted to be the damn president. Pablo Escobar, he wanted to be the damn president of Colombia when they had everything, y'all. They had rooms full of money. They could do whatever they want. They ran the town. They can go anywhere they want. But he gets too greedy. He wants the power. He wants to be the man. You'll never be the man. You'll never be the man. They'll take you out before they let you become the man. The people might want you to be the man, right? You might fear them into making you the man. But the powers that be, they really run the show. They're really saying you're allowed to sell those drugs. We're letting you. But guess what? When your time's up, your time's up. You get killed on the roof like a dog, like a bird.
The Mayans were right. What if the world did end on December 21st, 2012? But not in some apocalyptic event. But the world ended that we knew. And we were shifted into some sort of alternate reality. I mean, think about it. 2012 is the last time many of us remember things being normal. And it's like after that, everything changed. Everything felt different. People were different. The sun looked different. Right?
Yeah.
The night sky looked different. The weather was different. All of these crazy things happening that doesn't feel real. And when you look at the start of all of this, it was exactly after 2012. And now, there are some people who say that 2012 was just sort of a metaphor for the end of sort of humanity. We had reached our pinnacle, our peak, as high as we could go. And from that point forward, we would start to de-evolve, and that we would see society slowly recede. There are other people who believe that perhaps when CERN was turned on in 2012, that it created some sort of black hole and it altered our reality. But did the Mayans know something that we didn't? Were they able to predict the actual end of the world? What do you think? Is this the end of the world?
Watch this. You want to get into conspiracy. You know what's amazing is that kid from the Mavericks who went to the Lakers for like nobody.
Luka.
And then magically Dallas wins the lottery. I mean, how could that happen? What are the odds of that? That's just crazy.
To me, the draft lottery is one of the best sports conspiracies ever. And you've even said, tell him the David Stern thing that he asked you about your draft.
He said, do I want to play where it's cold or sunny?
Oh, dude, that guy was filthy.
Yeah.
He was filthy. He called out the FBI investigating. He blew up their whole investigation. He didn't give a about that Donaghy guy. He was worried about what they were going to find.
Yeah.
I've talked to some NBA players. The stories that they have, it's the easiest fixed game. I can't take Tom Brady out of a game. I give you 2 quick fouls. I can put you on the bench.
100%.
And then give you another one that affects how you play. I don't think it's 100% fixed. I think it's massaged.
I think you're on.
Storylines.
I think it's an oath, y'all. I think it's an oath they take. Even the dudes that are just making $100,000 a year that never see the court, they sit at the end of the bench. They don't even get in the huddles, y'all. I think they, in their contract, they sign that oath. Because there's people that come out like the Larry Johnson, right? I don't put his content on. I wish I could, but his damn videos are freaking 15 minutes long, y'all. Maybe we should do a reaction on my second channel of just like one of his clips because he exposes a lot, y'all. But I just can't put him here because the videos are too long. But anyways, like people like him, there's some people like him that come out and expose the NBA, but they mark that guy as crazy, y'all. All the power, all the like Shaq, how they talk about this little bit of stuff, they can talk about that little bit of stuff. But the stuff he's exposing, like the movie Him and the demonic stuff and all that, they mark him down as crazy. Like he'll never get on Shaq's podcast talking like that. Like never. Because they're in the club, y'all. You want to stay getting these, owning your Macy's, whatever you own, you got to be in this club. They'll let you talk a little bit about it. But the real stuff, right? the blood sacrifice, that stuff, you're not going to talk about it. And the ones that do are labeled crazy.
Up here on Pendleton Pike, and I said I wanted to get me something to drink, so I pulled over here to Dunkin' Donuts, and I got me a drink, and they told me my order was $5.44, and so I look on here, and they charged me 82 cents for a tip. I don't care about the 82 cents, but the point is, you can't take somebody's money without. If they didn't give it, you can't just automatically take it.
Charge tip.
Not on the tip, you can't. I tapped my card and I looked at the receipt, and I'm glad I asked for the receipt, but you can't just charge or take for a tip. So I'm sitting in the drive-thru and I ain't moving because they can see he's sitting there ignoring me. The lady came back to the window and asked me what's up. She went and told him, and they're ignoring me now. And so I'm kind of pissed because how do you just take somebody's tip? I got charged a tip. Don't what? No, I'm not putting my phone down. This is how I record what happened here. I want my money back. I just want what was taken. I'm not giving the receipt back either. It's my proof. You took. Okay, well.
Take a picture of it.
Okay, there you go. But they don't want you to record. He said talking about he's not. I can't record. But
that kind of sounds like it's a scam then, right? Because if it wasn't, if it's like, hey, this is just what we do, this is our new policy. If you don't tip, we got to leave a tip, right? But the fact that he's saying don't record me, it comes off to me like they're not supposed to be doing that legally. And he's scamming pretty much. That's what I'd take from it if that's what they're doing. Because if it was policy, he'd be like, I don't care if you're recording, whatever, right?
I took a picture of it. And so...
bro, it's 88 cents. Give him his damn money back. You know what I mean? Like, making this big of a deal.
That shit pisses me off, and he know he did wrong.
Yeah, like, just fucking give him
How do you just take somebody's money?
That's the greed,
if they doing that on a daily basis with everybody, that's crazy.
This is the greed I'm talking about, y'all. This guy that's probably like the manager or maybe even the owner, because, I don't know. Just hey, here's your 88 cents, bro. Go. Like, if you don't really want him filming, just give him that damn 88 cents back. It's not like it's $100 that's really going to show up in the budget at the end of the week. You know what I mean? It's 88 cents, and he's going to cause this big old headache. Not the guy in the drive-thru. He's got every right. Like he said, 88 cents ain't a problem to me. It's okay. It's the fact that you did it without my permission. That's the problem. Just give the guy his 88 cents back.
That's crazy. You charged me 80. I tapped. You said it was 540 something, and I looked at it. I'm looking at the receipt right now, sir. It says charge tips 82 cents. That's what it says. Charge tips 82 cents. My bill was only 540 something with tax. It was 544 with tax. You charged me 82 cents when my total bill came up to be 626. You can't just take tips. That's fine. I'm gonna put you on Facebook and let everybody know.
Did he give him his money back?
So now they're trying to put the Baphomet in our houses by giving us a robot that is 7 foot and it has human upper body strength, and it's supposed to be some helper robot. It's called the Centaur robot. Guys, did I mention it was 7 foot with horns? It literally looks like the Baphomet. It's like a goat head. Come on, this is some sort of idol that they're trying to really put into people's homes. It looks completely haunted and tainted. I would not, come on. They're not even hiding it. Like I said before, they were not trying to hide it before. They're not trying to hide it now. Are you kidding me? Who wants this? This is so demonic. Are you kidding me? Everything's not demonic, Christians. Everything is demonic. It's actually, let's give it a harsher word, satanic. This is such a level of desensitizing they're trying to do. Like, this is their God. This is the thing they worship. This is the Baphomet disguised as a robot. It really goes to show you how close to the end we are. Like, how much more bold they are getting and how much crazier they are getting. all these different idols that they are just praying for God's judgment on. They're praying for God to open up that sky and open up the gates of hell for them to be just thrown into it. That's what they're asking for. Like, it's insane to me. When I first seen this, I was like, okay, great. That's where we are. That's where we are, you know? So it just, I don't think it'll get better. I don't. So far, so bad. It's like, what's next? What's next in these end days? We don't want that centaur robot. We don't want that. I mean, some crazy person might, but sane people don't want that demonic idol in their home. We don't even want to touch it. Thank you.
Oh, that smells so good. That's making me hungry. Is it true that Disney pumps different scents throughout the park to brainwash people to buy?
Absolutely, yeah. So if you walk around Disney, you can see where they're actually pumping out random scents, whether that's like the scent of a churro or pretzels and chips, things like that.
What is plastic made of? Do you know off the top of your head? Well, let me tell you what I found. Plastic is made of petroleum. That right there immediately was a eureka moment. I said, okay, well, why don't we recycle plastic then? Why is less than 1% of plastic recycled globally? Well, here's why. When you want to recycle plastic mechanically, when you want to turn one water bottle into another water bottle, you have to clean all of the plastic. You need to separate all the plastic. What do you mean by separate it? Well, let me tell you something about a water bottle. A water bottle alone is made up of 3 different types of plastic. You have the clear body of the water bottle. That's polyethyl terephthalate. You have the wrap around the water bottle. That's polyethylene. You have the cap. That's polypropylene. So you're telling me every time you want to recycle a water bottle, somebody has to physically go in and separate all of those different types of plastic, clean it, clean the glue off the wrap? That ain't happening.
The oldest man right now, documented by the Guinness World Book Records, this tribe, the Aymara Indians in Bolivia, where this fella comes from, their villages are 13,000 feet. The oldest man in the world is an Aymara Indian. He's a sheep herder. Every morning before dawn, he wakes up and takes his flock of sheep up above where he lives. He lives at 13,000 feet elevation. He takes his sheep another 1,000 feet up, around 14,000 feet. He's there all day. He herds sheep 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. 123 years old. His name is Carmelo Flores Lara. Oldest living person ever documented. No doctors, no pharmaceuticals, no insurance, nothing that you would go there for health care. I mean, these are about as primitive people as you can get. They have nothing. No utilities. He lives in a mud hut with a thatched roof. No cane, no walker, no electric wheelchair.
I hope that they're
Happy
still
as
showing
ever,
these
I
type of
bet.
documentaries in school, because watching this man literally break down into tears after only like 12 days of only having like unhealthy food to eat. And then when he started talking about how like food deserts, first of all, I've never even known what a food desert was. When he started talking about how there's literally areas where people don't even have access to nutritious food. Like, it's not like they don't eat it consciously. They literally don't have access to it. It just put so much into perspective. And I think what's also crazy is that I didn't realize that, like, I don't know why the stereotype of Black people liking fried chicken, I thought that was like a Black American stereotype, but this man is British, and he was talking about how that's like also a stereotype in the UK, and I thought that was so interesting, because I don't know why I thought that was an American thing, but this documentary was done so well. Like, oh my god, they covered all the bases. Like, please go watch this.
I don't understand, as a country as a whole, like, why are we not more angry about the fact that our country literally poisons our food?
You would
I'm
think,
confused.
right?
Like, every other country is not doing this.
'Cause we're addicted.
I was in Mexico for 3 weeks, and I almost had abs. I'm here and I'm bloated. My fat pants, my fat shorts, barely buttoning. And I've only been back for a week and I feel disgusting. You go to Europe, you lose weight. You go to Bali, you lose weight. Just from eating. It's disgusting. It's disturbing. I think about it all the time, and America, ill.
The police officer that was over there, he should be investigated. I was told by people who escaped there on foot that the officer had blocked the road. People could not get out. My brother literally had to go cut the chain off of the old sugar mill camp area to let people out at the top of Kilauea Mauka, because the roads were all blocked because the police were blocking it. We want accountability. It needs to be investigated by a third party that is not associated with the government. I was blocked out several days. I could not come in. It was chaos. People was rioting. What's on those documents for FEMA? I'm an attorney myself. There's so many things that are questionable that has happened here. Right after that, the governor says, oh, I'm going to take the land. He's talking about the state wants to purchase all this land, that he should get this land. This land belongs to the people already. Okay. The government is liable for this, grossly negligent, at least if not criminally negligent. They should clean up all that land, restore that land to the people who own that, because they failed.
Why is SpaceX erecting a statue of Lucifer, yeah, the devil, Satan, the adversary, in their starbase? Because they always have to tell you. Elon has already told you guys who he really is, and we've talked about what SpaceX is really for, but we'll do it again in 1 minute. So they are actually putting a 50-foot statue of Prometheus inside of the starbase in Texas. But don't you know the history with the Greek gods and Titans and Prometheus? Well, Prometheus was said to steal the fire of the gods, you know, Zeus and all of them, and give it to mankind. In doing so, it gave them knowledge, technology. Just like Satan, tricking Adam and Eve to have the forbidden fruit for this knowledge. And the book of Enoch talks about the fallen angels coming down and giving all this technology to mankind. It gets crazier though, because Zeus, being angry about all this that Prometheus did, he chained him to a giant rock. Take a look at the Statue of Liberty, and we already know that one shackle is broken off the foot of Lucifer in the Statue of Liberty. And think about it, liberty. Liberty to do what? Liberty to be away from God, liberty to sin, to be evil. That's what it's all about. Much like the Babylon working in the Moonchild ritual, where they summon the spirit of Apollo into a living baby under a lunar eclipse, and that he would lead by cause of liberty and destroy the Black Brotherhood, and the demon specified that it was Christianity. This picture behind me shows through generations, of course, the light bear, the fire bear. Let's jump to Elon real quick, then we'll jump back to SpaceX. So he talks about how he's been around for 3,000 years, a vampire, and just trialing his identity through the centuries and millennia. He also said once that his birth date was 4000 BCE, making it almost identical right around the time that these angels fell.
I see what's going on. I see what's happening, bro.
Yeah.
I see what's happening. It ain't sitting up here, you know, as dynamic or rebellious as people want to make it like, Cam, what do you know? It's like, man, I knew multiple people in that locker room didn't get the COVID shot. But they got a card that they paid for.
They got that card.
But you talking about, boy, nurses was making big bank. But them cards and that little, man, folks was trying to get in the cut. Hey, man, you got your vaccination card? Man, yeah, I got it. LAPD.
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. So Cam is saying to all of us that NFL athletes were paying to make it appear as though the whole league got the shot, therefore increasing the trust that we should have in the COVID vaccine. So how many other people in other industries and sectors did they pay off to make it look like this is a universal thing? Everybody's getting the shot, so you should get the shot too. And then Cam secretly drops one of the biggest bombs. I don't know why people aren't going crazier about what he said on 4th and 1, but that would then mean that the league was fronting. So saying that Aaron Rodgers was going crazy, and they're making Aaron Rodgers sound like he was like a nut job, but it turns out that there are multiple people that didn't get the shot. And also there are people, according to Cam, who paid to make it look like they got
I mean, the influence these people have, y'all, to do that. And the fact that he came out and the powers that be don't even care. ESPN will still have him on his show, on their channel. But when this was all going on, if he said something like that, he's blackballed from the industry, right? That's why I say they wait. They wait till we're okay with it. Then they tell us. Then they give him the okay to say these things. Why wasn't he saying this back in 2021 when this was going on, when that was all out, right? At a press conference, when he was still playing the game. Why didn't he say it then? Because he knows you're going to get kicked out of that club if you speak like that. Fast forward 2026, no one gives a damn no more, right? Even the people that got it. Even the people that got it because Cam Newton came out and said get it. Don't even care, right? I got to wake up and go to work. I'm distracted, right? I've got Netflix about to start in 10 minutes. I don't care what they're saying on the news about this, right? They're not even paying attention to what the people... I sit there with my parents, y'all, and I'm like, they're watching CNN or something. I'm like, did you just hear what they said? No. Did you just read what that said on the bottom? Nah, I never read that. This is the older generation, y'all. Somebody made a great comment. Was it a comment or an email? I think it was it was a Facebook message, y'all. Shout out to you. I'm sure you're watching the channel, yo. You said something that really resonated and it motivated me again. Like he was saying, you know, within I don't know, like 10 years, Fox News, CNN, all that's going to be done, right? All you OG creators, like you, we get our news from you guys. So you guys are going to be the new front runner. There's going to be a lot of new people trying to get in the game, but you guys are the OGs. You guys are going to be the ones at the top. And I was like, damn, like that motivated me, y'all, because you know my channel's it's going down, y'all, and it's not because we're not putting out good content. It's just because YouTube's not pushing my video out. It tells you right there in the analytics. It's not pushing my video. It hasn't been. Sometimes it does when I'm getting 100,000 views, 80, 60,000 views. My subscribed watchers are lower than my not subscribed. You want your not subscribed to be higher than your subscribed, the percentages, because that means YouTube's putting your video out to, like right now, it's probably like 70% of people watching my video are subscribed, 30% aren't. And it's just YouTube's just not pushing it out. That's YouTube. It's up and down, y'all. But you know, shout out for you. That comment really woke me up and it's like, man, just stay patient, stay patient, stay patient.
Hamlin incident has always looked a little weird to me, and I was just talking about it with one of my friends. I rewatched the video, and there's something I noticed about the video that makes this so weird. And I'm not into conspiracies. I don't think they had any reason to make this happen for the media, but this is really weird. I'm going to show directly what was shown on the broadcast following the hit that sent him into cardiac arrest, so trigger warning on that. Now, did you notice this sign right here? Obviously, this was a pivotal game, and the Bengals would have the tiebreaker over the Bills in this game, so it makes sense that a guy would have a sign like this. Now, what doesn't make sense is in my entire lifetime, there's never been an NFL game that was canceled during the game. That's what makes this sign weird, and the chances that they showed this directly after the last play of a game that is going to get canceled and never rescheduled. The fact that Damar Hamlin hadn't even gotten injured yet. At this point when they showed this, Damar Hamlin was standing up and walking. Directly after showing this sign, he fell to the ground and went into cardiac arrest. The only game in history in which this statement right here is not true, they showed it right after the last play, man. And I've never seen anyone bring this up before. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm saying this is one of the greatest coincidences I think we've ever seen in sports. It's just so weird to me, and I've never seen anybody talk about it before.
You know, I think a lot of those people that show up on the Jumbotrons, they're paid actors, y'all. Right? Like all these kiss cams and the girl puts her hand up like don't kiss me. Like that's a fight, y'all. My girl did that to me in front of everybody. You know, that's not even a fight. Like it's over. I ain't gonna deal with that disrespect, but they pay or these people that dance all crazy and some of them might be authentic, y'all, but most of them are like paid actors. You see them walk out. They don't even go sit down in the chair. They go walk out. Right? Or all these just crazy things that happen on the Jumbotrons like that. Maybe that might have been paid for, that guy right there that gets that camera. I don't know, y'all. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. You know what to do if you made it this far. You better have already done it in the beginning, y'all. This needs to be done in the beginning. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know what you guys thought down below, y'all. But you guys, I get comments like, why don't you promote your second channel more, y'all? Make sure you guys go check it out, y'all. I got a playlist that's about over 500 videos for you guys just to watch, y'all. 500 episodes of most of them are hour bangers. Check that out. Also, check out my channel, my second channel, Segovia After Dark. We're starting to get active over there, y'all. I'm so busy lately, but, you know, we're getting active, y'all. It starts with me. But I appreciate all the love you guys have been showing. I'm going to get out of here, get this video edited and out to the people. This is Segovia, signing out of the Man Cave. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next one. Later.